All right, welcome. I'm going to let people, we got 3 people in here. All right. So first time that we're doing this, going to do our best, see what happens. It's all experimental. If you have any comments or questions, I'll be doing my best to keep an eye on those, and then we can answer them as we go. So first things first, we're at the kickoff here. I'm going to just show you what's going on. I've got a whole bunch of notes that I took as I was watching it. So as I go through these videos, I'm going to be kind of clicking back and forth. And then in addition, I've got a miniature board that we can use to kind of place players. So for the time being, let's just let this play out. We're just going to look at the opening kickoff and go from there. So turn that sound off. All right, should be starting. Okay, back to 10. I'm going to pause it at 121 here. Okay, so very, very quickly, want to note that the build-up play here off the kickoff is fantastic. Going back to the center back going to the left back here. This is where I have a little bit of a pet peeve, and most of my players know this. This is actually the wrong foot to be using to make this pass. He's a left back. Technically, that first touch, if we bring it back, that first touch, if we notice here, he uses the right foot and he touches it across his body. Right here, that should be a left-footed touch down the line to Mateo. Now, what he does is he takes another touch to reposition the ball on his right foot, which is good, and then he looks to play it down the line. Mateo here is looking for a through ball, and I think while in certain parts of the field that's the right idea, this body shape right here is going to make it very difficult to receive the ball. Right here, the body shape should be facing back that left back. Also, right back can go immediately back to the center attacking mid. You can see Oliver checking here, showing the universal hand signal, play the ball. That's a open-faced palm, aiming down at the feet. That's the universal signal for play the ball at my feet. So let's just continue here. Plays the ball. Mateo has to reposition his body. Now his back is facing the attack, but you can see that there's no defenders, so he uses a great half turn here. So I've got it paused at my notes here. Excellent half turn and dribble forward. Diagonal dribble from the center to the left outer channel. So let's see what that means. I wrote that down. So here he is. He's in the middle, and he drives to the outside. Okay, so receives the ball somewhat towards the inside of the field, and then decides to take an angled-ish dribble to the corner. From here, does a turn. Smart decision. You're going up 2 against 1. There's no sense in going to the corner unless you plan on whipping the ball in with a corner. This is also great supporting shape from Sander. Love to see that he's high up the field. This is a 10-yard pass. This is easily doable here. Mateo's picking his head up. He finds 2 players in the middle. Both of them are screaming for the ball. We go to play that ball in. Maybe not the best decision. Oliver's really skilled with the ball, and I definitely preach trusting your center midfielders to get into those tight spaces. So we'll see what happens here. Oliver takes a heavy touch, is able to get it back to Mateo. Mateo drives at the goal, takes a shot. This right here, got to commend Winston. Winston's able to take this ball out the air away from pressure. Let me go back up real quick. This first touch was everything from Winston. So it's a missed shot, deflected. Winston sees it, left foot touch. Awesome. We've also got great supporting position from Clayton. Definitely appreciate. This is our right wing back. This is our left wing back. And we've got the center defensive mid here. So our shape has kind of transformed. We'll go over to the tack board real quick just so you guys can see this. Shape has transformed into center back. That's the goalkeeper. I haven't numbered them yet. So this is Ollie. This is Jackson. I think Lallam's over here. So this is our left back. I'll change this for you. This is a 3. Right back is up here. That's a 2. Winston took his touch. We can put a ball in here now. Let's make that a little bigger. So Winston takes his touch, and he's playing the ball back to here. This is a fantastic shape that we have going on right now. It's a 3-1-3, and we have Lalem back here, the center back, just waiting to stop any kind of counters. Let me move this over here. All right, back to the video. Here we go. Okay, so Winston plays it back to our right back. Right here, again, another great decision. And also another awesome position. So let's reposition our, going back to the attack board. We're going to reposition. Oh, come on. So they are not pressing high. So these players are all in the wrong position, the blue team. As soon as Jackson sees this pass go back to the right back here, what does he do? He instantly positions himself here. What I would like to see Lalem do in the future is position himself here. So we build what? A beautiful triangle. Triangles are everything. Now, here's where it gets very situational. So who is he going to pass to here? Going back to the video. Who is he going to pass here? We don't know. Let's watch the video. Goes to the center defensive mid. Now, right here, I didn't see Jackson scan to the left. So I don't know if he knows who he's passing to right here. Just going to back it up real quick. So right here, Jackson does make the great move to get into position. His hips are open exactly how we want it. Now, this pass here could have been a little bit better. Now we can see Jackson is looking forward. I don't know if he looks left yet. He looked to the right very quickly. Let's see if we can play it in a little bit slower so I can do this. Confirm. All right, so ball goes to Clayton's feet, touch backwards, uses his left foot. Again, very appreciative. And then, yes, I don't think Jackson looks this way. Clayton right here kind of hesitates. You can see, do I go to the ball? Do I not go to the ball? Individually, a great defender wins the ball back. Oliver also coming back to help on defense. Clayton wins the ball back, takes his touch outside with the left foot. That's the left-footed pass I'm loving to see. So, Mateo right here. This is also worthwhile. I remember taking notes on this. This is at minute 146. Here we go. 146, 149. So, right here, Mateo has the ball coming to him. He's choosing to use his left foot. Notice there's zero defense in this giant pocket here. So he's got a lot of options. Right now, this pass to Mateo, he can split these two defenders right here. He can pass it right to Oliver, which, depending on what he knows around him, what his awareness is telling him, that's a smart play. That works for me. But if he scans his shoulder and sees that there is acres of space here, this would be a great half turn and dribble into space. So we're going to play the video. He takes a bad touch, which forces him, ironically, into the space. He's penetrating forward. Notice how he's whipping his hips behind the ball as if he's going to take a shot, and he does. Mistake by the defender. Now here, just want to quickly talk about positioning. So Bennett is the center forward here. He should be in the box. Winston, I would really like that you stay out here. There's lots of space here. Bennett is now occupying two defenders. If you drift out here and Bennett is able to see you, he can take this ball back to goal and maybe play you out wide. Oliver steps up, applying pressure. This is all really good. Okay, we're going to pause it here. So Oliver is now back to goal. He's dribbling backwards. Let me check my notes. This is at 2:02. I think I just let this play. So we're just going to let this play from here. Plays the ball back to CDM. Great positioning again from Jackson. Jackson smartly one-touches it to the left back who is high up the field. And Sander just puts one into the box. Nothing wrong with that. Creates some chaos. And they got a little lucky there with the knee deflection. But if we look at that, that whole attack started with a backwards pass to the center attacking mid who went to the left back, who then went down to Mateo. We didn't really explore going down the right wing, but we took the ball twice down the left wing and threatened the goal at least twice. Not really threatened, but created opportunities in the box. All right, so going to move on forward. I just skipped ahead to 9-16. But we do score here, it looks like. So maybe we want to just watch one of these goals. Let's see what's going on here. The playback speed. Here we go. I remember this. I remember screaming at Sander here. So while the two outside backs positions being very high is advantageous in the attack, it's so important that when the counterattack or when a transition happens from offense to defense, in other words, when our team is in the attack and the transition, there's a turnover, we go from offense to defense, those outside backs have to work backwards. And right here, it's not really sure who's in possession. Oliver turns it over here in midfield. Ollie, be careful, taking too many touches. So they start to drive forward, and they have a great opportunity here. Lalem, I hate to point the spotlight at you, but you are too far over to the right. You should be right on the edge of this circle when we're in possession. Jackson, maybe you could be over into the center. This guy is just too open in the middle. There's no one here. I remember screaming at Sander to drop back. If we put the sound on, you can probably hear me. And specifically, when we're in this position, Oliver is driving forward. Now, Oliver, right here, there's no one in front of you. And you have two players on your right who are making forward runs. As we talk about in practice, you want to commit that defender and then release the ball forward. If we play this back slowly, I'm not sure if – I think you get this taken away. There's a hesitation here. So Winston was making a great run forward. You could have slid that pass right in front of him and then put the responsibility on Winston to win that foot race. But it happens. So they make a tackle in midfield, and we're now caught out. At this moment, this is the moment this player should be sprinting as fast as he can because this player is wide open. Or this player here needs to quickly scan every attacker that is in attacking position. So right now, this player has the ball. He's running, and he's ahead of the ball. He's advanced the ball. He is a threat. So right now, if I was this player, I would shift over. Lalem is so quick to react, though. You can see him shifting over. That's the right play. He's doing the right thing, but maybe he's starting the center. Now, right here, got to give my flowers to Lalem. This is intelligent defending right here. Most young defenders would try to steal this ball and try and win the open field tackle. High risk, high reward. I always preach that at practice. I'm not going to tell you not to do anything, but if the risk is not worth the reward, maybe don't do it. So right here, if you win the ball, is the reward worthy of making this tackle? In other words, if you miss this, it leads to a goal. If you win this, you're still in your defensive third. So we don't need to win the ball back here. Now let's watch what Lalem does. He first cuts off the pass of this dribbler, and he immediately gets in his defensive stance. Notice he is channeling the attack to the right. He's channeling the attack. This defender cannot cut back inside. And I don't know if he's doing this on purpose, but because he's channeling this defender to the right or to his left, it allows Sander to come back and basically sandwich this defender. Excellent defending. High IQ, very smart play. This is what we call delay the attack. He's slowing the player down. If we move it back a couple of seconds, this is a smart play by this black player, playing him into space. That's a through ball. Lalem shifts over, reading the path of the ball, reading the dribble, and right here catches this attacker off balance, and he makes a foolish touch here. Let me just stop it for a second. So notice right here, his first touch is a soft touch. He's got to slow down his initial sprint. Now, if Lalem goes in for this and he misses, the guy can dribble around him. But what does he do? Lalem channels him, keeps him tight, delays him, gets tight to the player, but doesn't try to steal the ball. Just shields him, shields the play, trying to keep it in front of him. Sander comes in, applies pressure as well. He's reading the player, reading the ball, makes I guess an interception here. Jackson's on the play. Now right here, maybe slow it down. We worked on this at practice. Play it to Jace here. Jace is getting better with his feet. As soon as we play this ball to Jace, Sander immediately should be drifting out wide so that we can play this ball wide. I can already tell you Mateo is at half field. I don't think he's coming back on defense. That's okay. Jackson's back. Get lucky here with an out ball to the corner. And now Clayton is in acres of space because these guys have committed 4 attackers forward. We're now going forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against 1, 2, 3. This is a very advantageous attack for us. Let's let it play out. Let's see what happens. I think there's a heavy touch here that leads to a defensive steal. Yep. And now we're caught out. Luckily, it went out of bounds. All right, so we're going to go forward to 9-16. We're just going to move forward. Here we go. I think we're close here. Let's let this play. Another counterattack. Let's just back it up so we can catch some context here. On a throw-in. Squares the ball to the center forward. Again, just got to point it out. Both of our center mid and center defensive mid, this is not the position we want to be in. If anything, we just need one player here. So having Jackson here, Lalem should be out here, just man marking this guy. We need to have at least one player positioned centrally to guard the space. They break through. Ollie's trying to win the ball back, slows him down. The guy splits both of our defenders, and now they're on the break. Luckily, this field's kind of bouncy, so they can't exactly get control of it. And then they start clumping up, which really helps us. Jackson's swiping at the ball. Now here we go. Bennett on the break. This is it. 9:16 is my minutes. So let me read my notes real quick. 9:16. On the breakaway through the middle, be aware of outlet passes, left and right. Right here, Oliver, Winston, and Mateo are all outlet passes in this opportunity. So we drive forward. Great job touching away from this guy that's pressuring you. This next touch should absolutely be a release. And I don't know if he does. He does. Great job, Bennett. Okay, so here, another one. Driving through the middle. We've got 2 outlet passes left and right. Mateo is kind of behind the ball, but he's running forward with you. In this position, Oliver, if you see this, this is where as you're dribbling, you should be scanning left, right really quick just to see which kind of support you have as you attack forward. Let's play the ball. Winston, great position on the right, by the way, stretching the play. And so right here, this defender commits into the inside here. I'm not sure what ball was played. That was a very strange pass. I don't know what happened there. It looked like you used the right foot. Touch forward, great control in the first touch. Maybe use a left foot here. Left foot across the body, diagonal right into Winston's path. If we can get this ball into Winston's path, he can take one touch. Let's put this on the tack board. This is a great tack board moment. All right, so let's see. They've got, looks like 3 defenders. Winston's way out here. Great job. Let me just move all these guys. All right, so Oliver is the 10. Mateo is the 11. Winston is the 7. So this guy was covering Winston. This guy is nipping at Oliver's heels. They're closing down the space in front of and Mateo. Woo-wee. Okay, so this is kind of where we're at right now. I don't know if you can see this. Can I zoom in here? Does that work? Uh-oh. I don't know if this is going to work. Zoom back out. I need to get these controls down. This is a testing. We're just testing. All right, so actually these guys are much tighter to the middle. So right here, Oliver, you do have some space. And I think what happens is you play a right-footed pass. Let me back up one more. So options here. Actually, I've got this really wrong. I'm looking at the edge of the circle. So we're way back. We're like this. So Oliver, this is a very high-level pass. Mateo's out here. This is that diabolical pass I'm talking about. If you can drop this pass right here, Mateo is able to angle his run right here. Let's use the proper nomenclature. Dash lines are runs, solid lines are passes, squiggle lines are dribbles. So I think what Oliver decides to do here is to play the ball kind of like right here. Let's let it play out. We're going back to the video. We've got 8 minutes left, and then I'll let everyone go. So I see what he did. This is the pass that Oliver decided to make right here. That's a very difficult ball for Winston to get to. So just be aware. Put Mateo back on side here. So he plays the ball vertically, which forces Winston to have to kind of get out of his path. Now, Winston here, I don't know if you had the angle. But in this moment right here, I don't know if I can zoom in. Not really. In this moment right here, you have to be able to pick your head up here and look for this square ball. Mateo is just, Mateo could probably close his eyes and put this in the back of the net. This ball right here, this is the kind of ball that coaches preach. This is a simple ground cross. Typically, you want to play this kind of in front of him. Playing it behind him as he's running is a difficult finish. He could take a touch and then finish. But the idea here is that once you get the ball into this corner, especially if you've already gotten behind this back line, Oliver's pass did break their line, and you have gotten past their line with the ball at your feet. So we have you with the ball and Mateo to your left on the goalkeeper. That's a 2v1. That's excellent odds, especially with Mateo's positioning here. All you have to do is slide this ball past the goalkeeper, and Mateo can run onto it, one touch it, easy goal. I think you decide to shoot, which is okay. Almost got in, actually. So that was not a bad shot. Good work. All right. I'm going to try and do one more play. 10-19, counterattack. 10 penetrating on the dribble, beats the man with the ball. 21. Let's go 21-33. I think that's when they score. 21-31. And, of course, we're going to show Oliver's awesome volley. All right, so here we go. 21-31. Skip ahead. 10, 20. Here we go. All right, what did I write here? Interception, penetrates on the dribble inside, 2 passes at 10. 10, excellent body shape. Here we go. Yep, good touch inside into space. Mateo is running forward. Mateo, I'd love for you to come back to the ball. You don't always have to run forward. Great touch, though. Sees the diagonal ball. This is it, man. And then Wheeler, great job. This was fantastic. Let's break all that down. That was excellent ball right there. Okay, so this is on a free kick. They have a terrible free kick here. It's all right. Right to Clayton. Great touch on the abdomen. First touch. I don't know if Clayton's recognizing this, but this player's momentum is running across the face of Clayton. So his hips are facing to the sideline. Clayton does a great job taking his touch behind the player, forcing him to have to do a complete turnaround. Now he's dribbling. He's penetrating through the middle. Great left foot to the center attacking mid. So from here, Mateo, first touch underneath him. Great job. Takes another first touch. Sees the space. Sees Wheeler. Wheeler's doing a good job to stay on side. Wheeler also sees the space. Mateo, bring this back to the tack board. This is that same idea that I was just bringing up, where if you have 3 defenders, just like we do, 3 defenders right in front of you, 1, 2, and 3, and you've got the ball here like this, the ideal pass that you're looking for is right there. You're trying to drop this pass in behind their back line so that in this position, Wheeler can run onto it. Right? And as Wheeler runs onto it, we're hoping that who's on the backside looks like Omar. Omar is actually the 9 right here. So the 9 is in this position. Dylan's kind of back here. That's the 2. We'll make a 9. 9. All right, so Omar, now that you're the player to the right of the ball carrier, as soon as this pass gets made and Wheeler gets into this position with the ball, you should also be running with him. Hopefully we're not offside. And then Wheeler, if he so chooses to do so, can play a diagonal ball across to you here. And then you can run onto it and have your own shot on goal. Ideally, what's going on here is as Wheeler approaches the box, the goalkeeper is going to be shifting over, and we'll see that. Here we go. So as soon as this ball is played, notice the goalkeeper shifts over to the near post-ish. He's more to the left. Now recognize Wheeler taking a first touch allows this back line to get into position. So that backside pass is not available. Mateo is available for a reverse pass. This is a very difficult pass. And then Winston, great job getting into position behind Wheeler. If Wheeler doesn't feel comfortable taking the shot, he can at least pull it backwards, play you. What I'd like to see here is maybe you getting out more into the wider areas and allowing maybe the center defensive mid to be here. But either way, this is a great supporting position for the guy with the ball. Let's play it. Wheeler, you kind of pulled back on that shot. If we just notice your body shape here. So great first touch with the left foot. Push it out in front of you. I would have pushed it further. So your first touch there is in front of you. I would have taken a little bit heavier of a touch to get a little bit closer. And then aiming this shot, maybe aiming it towards that back post side net over here. But for the most part, this was an excellent attack. Most people would see this as a failure because it went to the goalie, but this is the kind of success that you want to see in soccer on a counterattack. If you remember, the break was, I believe, Bennett to Mateo, Mateo to Wheeler, Wheeler shot on goal. Can't ask for anything better than that. At that point, it's just looking to place the ball in better positions on the net. And then finally, let's go take a look at Oliver's goal. So this is at 27-10. 27. This was in the first half. This is our last goal of the half. Poor team. 27. At that point, it's going in. Here we go. I believe it's a throw in for us. Here we go. Throw in to, I think that's Jackson. Jackson, love the out of the air touch, but maybe keep it on the ground. Clayton, excellent job. Huh. Notice that's 2 defenders. He sent 2 defenders flying. Again, Clayton penetrating forward on the dribble, picking his head up, seeing Oliver. Oliver's calling for it. As you can see, his left hand, he's asking for him to play that ball in. With more power, this could be a ground ball, but I love that we went for it in the air here. Goalkeeper is too back on his line to even come out to that. This ball is perfectly placed. Goalkeeper can't get to it. It drops right between the center back and the outside back. Let me just back up right before he kicks it. Here we go. Touch. He's scanning. He's picking his head up. He's taking touches. And boom. That was Sander. Great ball. Oliver, excellent job. Just have to point out, I'm going to try and pause it. At the moment he scores this, the only way you can get this goal to go in is you actually have to lift off your shooting foot. So if you notice here, he's about to shoot. Okay, he's pulled his leg back as if he's going to shoot, and he's lifting off his plant foot. There are many techniques for how to hit a volley out the air. If you don't lift off your plant foot, it's very difficult because you can't get the power that you'd like to get behind the ball, as well as sometimes the ball's too high in the air, so you have to lift yourself up to shoot that. And then Oliver, it's just enough. You can see he just gets high enough off the air. Oliver just places it, side net. Gorgeous goal. Let's just watch it from the beginning. Here we go. Cross in, out the air, one-timer, boom. Gorgeous. Excellent result, excellent play. I don't want to keep anyone too long. I'm going to check the comments. We got no comments. So without further ado, that's our first time doing film review with Coach Hugh. I'll stay around just for a couple more seconds. We'll let the play go on. If anybody's got questions, feel free to ask. Maybe let's start over here. I think Winston, I think, had a goal after we had 10 passes. See if we can get this to load. Yeah. Maybe. All right. Well, I guess that'll do it for us. Thanks for tuning in. We'll try this again next Thursday, 7:30. Peace. Oh, it's Oliver. Oliver, what do you think of your goal, man? Hey, Oliver, how about this? Did you tune in for the whole video? Thumbs up. All right, cool stuff. Wish we could get this video to load. I think this was another goal we had. Just gonna let this play out. You know what, Oliver, while you're here, I can actually pull up a play specifically that you did that I was really impressed with. Let's see, 21-31. Twenty-one, 31. Let's see. Now, here goes Dylan. Dylan, excellent game. What? Oh, he's calling a handball. All right. Let's see. 21-31. Let's fast forward. Oh, you know what? I actually texted Joe when this moment happened. Oh, we went over this. Okay, so hold on. Here we go. 10:23. Ah, yes, this is it. So we're defending. Poor kick. Ollie steals, penetrating forward on the dribble. Winston doing a great job getting wide. Now, right here, if you listen to this video, a lot of people are screaming pass, pass, pass. And some coaches might yell at players for not passing this ball. However, if you have a player who has the capability to beat his man 1v1 and do it, if you watch this, I'm going to let it play through. Oliver is able to basically subtract a defender from the defense because he beats him on the dribble. We're going to let this play out. Boom. See you later. Now we've got the advantage. This guy is now chasing Oliver. Oliver, if I were you right here, let's let it play out. Beats him to the left. Great job. Head is up. Love it. Winston and Bennett right now are in excellent positions in front of you. And you do make the pass here, but you have to reposition your hips to use your right foot. need to see that left foot. Just, you don't even have to make this an accurate pass. At this point, you're just playing the ball in front of them into space. One of them will figure out which ball it's for. I would try to go to Winston so that Bennett can then stay involved in the center of the field. Here we go. So you move your hips, kind of a soft pass. Bennett still gets on it. I'd quickly tap it to Winston, but you're driving forward to the byline. That's all right. Goes to whip across in, comes right back to you, and we get a corner. But that's the play I wanted to highlight. Winston's here. What's up? That was me. That was you. I wish I could pull up plays specifically to each player since you guys are here. But for the most part, I don't want to keep y'all any longer. I wanted to keep this to 30 minutes. So if you guys have any specific moments in the game that you want me to evaluate, I can do that. If not, we'll go over the film next Thursday. All right. Peace out, Boy Scouts.